But water is definitely powerful when it wants to be.
Any force of nature, I feel like I go with, Emily. Hey, this is a cool shot. I have to share it with you. As you take a look, it's an iridescent cloud. This coming from a hurricane. Did you see the rainbow cloud in Washington County today? We got a few pictures, this one from Jordan Verdero, and you can kind of make out that iridescent. This is very rare, actually. It happens due to diffraction. So basically, water droplets or small ice crystals will scatter the sun's light, and it creates that iridescence. It's like a soap bubble. Right? You've seen it happen. Very, very cool to see it in our skies. You need a thin cloud to have this type of iridescence. So super cool. Thank you, Jordan, and everyone who snapped pictures down there. Not much of a sunset in northern Utah. No, Hal sent us this from Tooele. Thank you, Hal. And he was like, no sunset. The cloud cover, gusty winds, was blowing dust out there. We didn't have much of a sunset because of the unsettled conditions as a weak cold front makes its way through the Beehive State. Satellite radar showing us the last few hours. You see those active skies in eastern Utah, and you watch how the northwestern corner of the state had a few storms coming through. So this front is on the weaker side, but strong enough to cool us a few degrees in northern and central Utah as we head into tomorrow. We lost that daylight. And of course, without daytime heating, we're going to see the number of storms taper, but a slight chance holds on into tomorrow. Looking at the forewarn radar, you don't see a lot of activity jumping up north over Snowville, I-84, and Park Valley. These will continue to drift our way. Gusty winds were the biggest threat that came with the thunderstorms that we saw today. Quieter now on the eastern side of the state. We look over towards Wendover, but fairly quiet there as well. So what it looked like down there in Washington County, our Black Desert time lapse showing the red rock. Pretty shot. Triple digits again in St. George. Hit 100. This was the sunset. So you just looked at what it looked like during the day, and Brittany sharing that. I just think that is stunning. Such a pretty pop of color. You get some palm trees in there. Brittany submitting on abc4.com. 97, hottest day of the year in Salt Lake. 100 in St. George. 92 in Logan. We were cooking a little bit, and then we had a few of those storms come through and cool us off, but we still rebounded to high 90s, 80s. 82 is our average this time of year. Now, with the spike in temperatures, you've heard us talk a lot about our waterways. Jonathan just did a great story about how those waters are running fast, high, and cold. Here's a couple of areas that we're watching closely tonight. Bear River at Evanston, minor flooding happening there. Cottonwood Creeks and the Provo River near Woodland at that action stage, so higher than normal, so extreme caution needs to be used. Also the Logan River. So those are some of the areas where we've noticed the influx. We love to forewarn you and keep you posted. So that's what to expect as we head into tomorrow. Temperatures very mild, partly cloudy skies out there as we're in the 80s, and we'll drop to the upper 70s as we close out ABC4 News at 10. Upper 60s, still mild, off to the races by 9 a.m. But we are going to be on the cooler side. This front helping us, yet we stay above average. And it doesn't help the south very much. That front is a weak one, kind of brings the potential for where it will be located tomorrow morning. It's going to exit to the east of maybe a slight chance of a storm bubbling up, most likely in the higher terrain, likely in the afternoon hours as we kind of get that daytime heating. Futurecast doesn't love it that much. Here we are by the evening, eastern Utah, seeing a few storms. Northwesterly flow in northern and central Utah will back our temperatures off. The heat holds on in St. George, and then it comes back full throttle. We stay really quiet, but that ridge of high pressure retrogrades a little bit. There's our front. Hi, bye, thanks for coming through, gets us still a few degrees off from where we were today, which was hot. And then you're going to watch as that high kind of dominates what to expect as we head through the midweek, Tuesday through Thursday at southwesterly flow. And then as we head towards Friday, we get this cutoff low that could graze southern Utah, moderate temperatures a little bit, and bring the chance of maybe some storms. We'll see how it happens. Nonetheless, next 5 days, above average for the Wasatch Front, and we stay that way for St. George. Looks like Wednesday, forewarning you now, will be the hottest of the next 7 with that ridge and strong control there. And we see another day in the high 90s. 80s for tomorrow, that actually seems pleasant. 88 in Salt Lake, still solidly above average. 90s on the eastern side of the state. The heat holds on in the south. 97 in Moab, 100 at Lake Powell and St. George. Most likely to see those triple digits and stay there. Check it out. It's going to be hot. Wednesday, 107. We could flirt with records all over again. Another stretch of triple-digit days for southern Utah before a very brief cool down and then back up for the weekend. Here's the Wasatch Front. 80s. to 90s. Listen, I went 99. I'm going a little above guidance, but I'm going to tell you the potential for our 100-degree day could be there on Salt Lake. The first one for the Wasatch Front. We'll see. Slight chance Monday and Friday, and temperatures cool back into the 80s as we head into next weekend. So heat is the big weather headline, and of course all the impacts that come with it as we get through the work week. Eyes to the skies, midweek is going to be toasty. Emily, over to you.